Was ist hier passiert? Was ist los?
Look, mate, I don't know how to actually do accents, okay? So I'm not like, this isn't my profession. It's not even my hobby. I'm just being silly. You don't have to come at me for saying you in.
Wer ist der? Wer ist der?
I think he just insulted me.
I said, who is he? Who is he?
It is insulting. You know who I am. We're friends. How dare you? Well, now I don't know, do I?
Bad bitch.
Hello! And good evening.
Welcome to our YouTube channel.
I'm Tech.
I'm Ricka,
I'm Commander Cody.
and we are
The
Nothing to
bad.
Know.
Oh, nothing of no. We're watching
watching Bad
Bad Batch.
Episode Trace.
Drei. Aber drei.
3.
He got there. He got there.
So I wasn't here for the first two reactions, which were one night.
Same
It's a little
episode,
sick. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I talked to Nick a little bit. I didn't get to talk to you about it. But what I said was, and I think he said you guys kind of concurred, was it felt a little slow starting. I feel like we just kind of got almost filler feeling.
Yeah, that's exactly what I feel.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that this episode ramps some things up and we get to see some more good
And
story.
that is to say, like, the first thing that he said to me on the phone was, it was good. So, like, we enjoyed the episodes.
Yeah.
It was just not exactly what we wanted from a season premiere.
Yeah, I think I specifically what I said was it was good. If this had been in somewhere else in the season, I would have probably not been as disappointed. Not totally disappointed. Again, it was still good. I just wish it was not where it was in the show.
Right. I did want to point out something one of our commenters said, and I just liked it. Whereas the juxtaposition of the war chest, like the actual like monetary, treasure, versus the Serenian man. I forget his name.
Yeah, they gave her the gift.
Well, not just the gift, but his little treasure chest was his culture, like his people's
Right.
pictures, languages, whatever. That was his
thing. Yeah,
that was his treasure, right?
Yeah.
So the difference between like Dooku's like idea of treasure versus what this man's idea of treasure.
Who was a native of that
Right.
world? Yeah.
Serenian. Yeah. I thought that was cool. One of our commenters pointed it out.
Thanks, Commodore.
Thank you.
Well, hey, without further ado, or whatever I'm
Much
saying,
ado about nothing.
let's roll.
Nope.
Clip
roll
the
it.
roller.
Clipping the rolls.
Thou shalt clip the roll.
Thou shalt rolleth thine clip.
None of this is making it in.
We'll see.
All of it's making it.
This is
Oh, yeah, you're editing.
Yeah,
This
you don't
is
have
wrong.
control.
Raw
This is
in, baby.
mine!
This is wrong. We're really the villains today, huh?
I was about to not so secretly mute it. Crosshair.
Oh yeah, it's surprising we didn't see him at all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even
actually.
allude to him.
Yeah.
Is that how you would say that? They didn't even allude to him. I don't know. We didn't see
I
him.
think you're.
Sometimes my mouth operates much quicker than my brain does.
Sometimes I try to sound smart by using the wrong
The
word.
solitary crow.
Yeah, I colloquially will do the same thing.
That right. God, why are you laughing? We gotta watch these people get forced to work.
He's making me laugh more.
Oh look,
Oh, that's
early
cool.
stormtrooper.
Those look
Is
like
this
salt
Jeddah?
mines.
That's what I was thinking. It kind of looked like Jeddah to me.
Is Jeddah?
I don't think it
Jeddah
is.
is where.
It's where
Ray?
Saw Gerrera dies.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Spoiler.
Oh. It's where Saw Gerrera had a fun time.
Under not the Death Star.
He definitely didn't die.
It was a moon, I swear.
He seems like a real,
Imperial.
like a real wuss.
Oh, battle droids.
Oh, they've recommissioned battle droids.
This isn't gonna end well for her.
Now, are those clone troopers or are they stormtroopers?
Those are storm.
Like they're not clones in stormtrooper outfits?
Right.
No.
Okay.
Now he's seen Crosshair.
The solitary clone?
Is he the solitary
I
clone,
would
or is it
assume it's probably something
Cody?
else.
We see. Oh.
Cody!
Well, let's hope it
Oh, they are wearing crystal brown.
for our sake.
Oh.
really?
So screw you guys.
Yeah,
Lied to me.
but their armor's totally different. Those stormtrooper helmets' arms had like squares all the way down.
Okay, I think he is the
definitely
solitary
the
clone.
solitary
Yeah.
Yeah, that armor looks totally
Why is
different.
he? Why is he? Why do they not like him? Oh, he's so nice and
This is
amiable.
a 99.
Yeah, they didn't like any of them.
32 rotations.
Wow. You new
Reported
commander?
Battle Memorial at 0900 hours.
Commander?
Commander.
Commander Cody.
Yes!
It's been a while. Good to see you.
Commander
Cody.
I wonder if it's like the type of thing like the chips only can like affect them for so long before they start.
Right.
But correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Cody like not kill Obi-Wan,
He
right?
tried.
He thought he did.
Catch them by surprise. Wipe out the droids.
We're gonna watch
Or
clones
locate
kill
Governor.
droids.
Sounds easy enough.
We're watching Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
I'm so happy!
I'm so happy.
You'll have your freedom once we have ours.
Dooku was right in the
Hello.
end. He knew the Republic.
They can shoot it down, aren't they?
We're certainly gonna try.
Oh, they got rockets.
Look at those.
Oh, cool. Thanks.
Ugh. Ugh. Man, these pilots never make it.
No. Roger, roger.
Let's high five.
So then I started blasting.
Roger, roger.
They did not. There's 2 survivors.
That's all we need.
Cody and Crosshair. I'm really excited to see Crosshair do some pretty cool stuff. He's a 99 after all.
Cover. The
They're
droids
driven?
operating them.
Yeah.
I'll draw their fire while you
Yeah, it's
move
almost
into
like
position.
they should have made them.
Trust me.
Yeah.
Maybe
I
they could
always
have just made the
question-
tank its own droid.
Right, like they
Yeah.
did with the vulture droids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always questioned why those aren't just automated.
And those like tripod tank things.
If you're trying to draw their fire, why not just still actually shoot a droid?
I wonder if it's one of those things like they were using these before they went to droids, so they had them designed.
Maybe.
That's possible. But then why continue to develop them? Wouldn't it be easy to just...
Yeah, no, I agree.
That was cool though. That was cool though. I like that.
Awesome. Hey, no noob tubing. That's against server rules.
Yeah. Hey, he's spawn killing.
Stop spawn trapping.
On.
I'll say, so far at this point, the other clones have done nothing.
Dude, I'm so happy. We're watching clones fight droids.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because it's not like it's that far after the Clone Wars, you know? Makes sense.
Oh, they have names.
Cody has allowed his soldiers to have names.
They've reached our perimeter.
What's his face didn't?
Wilco.
Wilco. I love the droids that just completely give up. Those are the best. They're not there to help.
He thinks he is.
I'm here to help the Imperials.
Which are the good guys?
Those aren't Imperials.
Oh, that is the last place I want to see one pop out.
Yeah, that's
Right behind me.
very scary.
Behind my cover. Just, what?
In the doorway.
Yeah. Oh, and they're staying mobile. That's the most effective way I've seen Droideka move. Yeah. Ever. That's awesome.
Maybe that's why they shouldn't move so much, though.
You need more than one.
Yeah. But this is kind of like a ragtag.
Oh, I hear.
Oh, never mind. There's more.
And that would be scary.
I love seeing a squad of clones just move through like that.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so cool.
That was pretty cool. Oh man, you're Cody.
Why am I rooting for Crosshair? What the heck?
Right? It's because he's with Cody.
I'm rooting for Cody. That's for sure.
Yeah. They're both bad guys right now, though.
Cody's been good too. I haven't seen him shoot anyone I didn't want him to shoot at.
Droids protecting the freedoms.
Droids plus freedom? I don't think so.
Droids just do what they're told.
He lost his hat.
Oh, commandos too?
Oh, dang.
How rich was this place?
Oh gosh. Nova. Nova blew.
He went supernova.
Secure the tower.
Oh, there's more.
Oh, dang.
They have so many commandos.
She said Dooku saw this coming.
Yeah.
I wonder how many contingencies he had against Al.
Yeah. Was it against Palpatine or was it just against?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's so cool. Crosshairs.
He's gonna. At one point, he's gonna shoot all the way downstairs with it.
They lost their helmets. Oh,
Yeah.
that's a cool knife.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeller.
Yes!
First
A
two-
reg just saved
I can make this short.
99, huh?
Well, like they said in the last Clone Wars, Cody was like the only reg they like really accepted until Rex. But the only reason they were there to help on
Where do you need the puck?
Naxxas was because Cody asked.
As far as you.
That was awesome.
Dang.
I don't know how effective that would be on Belly Choice, but
It is on Geonosius.
yeah, it is.
So much so, my colleague Mina Monteri and I put forth a
Monteri.
treaty with separatists and Republic senators alike to end the war.
Oh, Crosshair will. Oh.
It's an option now.
Crosshair's 100%
We
sure.
both lived through one war. Let's not start another.
As soon as that gun's not pointed.
Yeah, I'm still
Nicely
waiting.
handled. Now execute her.
Sir, I promised a peaceful...
You did. I didn't.
So much for peace.
Well, if he had his way.
I gave you an orders for discipline.
Oh, good Crosshair.
Good boy.
Saved
Good
Cody's
soldier
life.
I don't know. Cody might still be in trouble.
Put her body in the square. Let it be a
Oh,
warning.
it's
to
so
the rest.
imperial of him already.
Yep. She's got a gun. Could have shot the little burp.
I was hoping she would.
I thought she was gonna choose that.
As
over
soon as he
peace.
said-
I thought she was just gonna blast him and accept her fate
Yeah.
after that.
Because she was told that kid get killed.
Cody.
Does he have questions?
Sad Cody.
Said Cody.
Is this Cody's good guy arc?
Lots of different types of people here on Desert.
Yeah, we're
Or
here to help.
Derek's. Derek's?
Yep.
Derek's.
Yes.
Desert.
Vendors are so cool looking. I like the look of a vendor over an ISD. Imperial structure.
I'm glad you said it because I know what you meant.
I thought about you and then anyone watching, and I was like, I better say it. There's just something really pretty about the little cutouts on the sides
Yeah.
that the ISDs don't have. The clones were better bred for the Republic. I wonder how many of them really feel anything for the Empire. Even after Order 66.
Right.
They killed the Jedi for the Republic. Order 66 was the Jedi betrayed the Republic.
Right.
Well, last season, like all of the regs, like they were very aggressive and
Yeah.
like a very tone shift for them.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering how much of that is gonna linger effects because we're obviously seeing more and more.
But
Yeah.
I'm not so angry.
Tell me something, Crosshair. Are we making the galaxy better?
We're soldiers. We do what needs to be done.
I love
You know what
By the
makes
way.
us different from battle droids? We make our own decisions, our own choices, and we have to live with them too.
That sounds like a little bit of regret.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe feeling a little something after shooting your best bud off the back of a.
Wherever
starts
that
with a
was.
V.
We'll get. It's something with a B.
You sure? I thought it started with
I can't stand. I mean, Crosshair is such a twerp because he literally had his own chip removed or it didn't work or whatever. And he still just.
V. That's what he
chooses this.
said.
That's true.
You don't know if he was telling the truth.
That is
about it.
true.
Why not Commander Cody?
Cody?
CC-2224.
Yes. It appears he has gone
Uh,
AWOL.
Oh.
Wow. So he brought him on the mission to see if he could.
Does not
Yeah.
seem to be as advertised anymore. Funny, isn't it?
Good job, Cody. Cody's a good guy.
Dude, Crosshair's armor is so cool. I know you said that earlier. but it's
Yeah,
just so
I did say it earlier. I didn't say it very loud, but
So now I
I
wonder
did
what
hear it, it's
Rex's
just-
mission is. Right in the trailer.
mm-hmm.
What if he's trying to save Cody?
Yeah.
Oh, that's it.
Well, it's, yeah.
I feel like complete
No.
with this episode.
No, it's
though.
good. It was a good episode, and I wanted
Yeah.
more. See, I feel like that could have been the first episode.
No, it could.
I
we'll
would
talk
have
about
loved
it.
it to have been the second episode.
the second episode. Yeah, you're right.
Cody.
That's so cool.
You got to see Cody
And Cody went AWOL.
because he's a good guy. Because we got to see Cody's good guy art.
Yeah,
We're getting
I'm
to.
so annoyed at the Imperials being like, clones have names.
Yeah.
I hate it. I hate it.
I don't think that he was that. I don't think that he was like what. I think he was more that they're not supposed to.
Even still, I hate it.
Oh, okay, sure.
It's like Krell.
Yeah.
The way he talked to clones, and you're just like, oh, they've got names.
Get in line.
I mean,
CT
I guess-
5555.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I love to hate it because I do. I love that the Imperials do that. It's so Imperial of them,
Right.
Right.
and it's good. It's awful, but yeah,
I hate it.
yeah, it makes you hate the Empire that much more.
I didn't spend from 2008 till now loving the clones and Clone Wars animations.
To see them get
including the movie.
trash talk.
To see them not get respected.
I really like this episode, and this is kind of like what we were saying. Like, this is what we wanted for the beginning of the season, but it's very apparent why they couldn't have this be the first episode.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't have the core Bad Batch,
Right.
so you can't have that here.
Tawny Ames.
Yeah.
Have we ever heard of her before? So she was a senator, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then
She was not a
Mina-
senator for the Republic; she was a senator for the Separatists.
Right.
Right.
Which in Clone Wars we venture into some of that
Right.
a little bit, not as much as I would have liked.
Yeah.
Mina
Bonteri.
Bonter.
Bonteri,
Was she
yeah.
also a
She-
separatist?
She was
Yes,
assassinated.
she was assassinated. Do you remember?
Her name
Ahsoka-
sounded familiar.
Right. Do you remember like Ahsoka's like boyfriend guy from
That's
Clone Wars?
the son.
That's
Ah,
that was
okay.
his mom.
I got you.
Her and Padme were good friends, and they were trying to
Yeah.
they were trying to create a
Yeah.
create peace.
Yeah.
And apparently she was involved too.
Dooku was right. She said Dooku was right that he expected this. I did think that was pretty crazy.
Well,
Like, it took me a second to process it, just because he worked with the Emperor.
right. Like this was the plan, but like how much was he telling some of his people to be like, because it wasn't like he was going along with Sidis's plan the whole time to be like, oh yeah, Sidis's plan is great, and that's the only thing. Like he was actively trying to train Ventress to go against Sidious.
Right. And
Like, stuff like that.
I think you see it in Tales of the Jedi a little bit more, where I don't know if it was the route Dooku exactly wanted, but he felt like he had no other choice,
Yeah. Well, it also leads to like
which
why-
is so Sith, right?
Yeah.
Like force someone to like, well, this is the path I have to go now. I can't turn back now. Like it's so Sith.
I mean, it leads to like the question of why did he plunder all these worlds for this amount of money? Was he just hoarding money, or was he preparing to possibly have like an army or something fight Sidious
Right.
or something like that. I think he was smart enough to know that Sidious was not gonna be faithful to him all the time. And I mean, that's how it goes.
And it's cool because it makes me look at Dooku in a very different light. Like I don't even think I view Dooku as a Sith anymore. I know that he was, but I don't. It was an end. It was an end to a means to an end for him more than it was.
So now at this point, you've seen Dooku, not as a Sith, the same way we've seen Anakin not as a Sith.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you kind of separate those two characters.
Yeah.
You're kind of seeing what Dooku was, Dooku's version of Anakin.
Yeah. Tales of the Jedi really put into perspective.
Right.
That's what kind of started the ball rolling and see me looking at it differently.
Right. And like Anakin was driven, the thing he was trying to save was Padme, and he force choked her.
I wrote that down.
Dooku was like, I'm fighting corruption. He became that corruption.
Yes,
like,
exactly.
That's the curse of the dark
He
side.
was against what the Empire was, the Republic too, but he made it happen.
Yeah.
It is. I was thinking about that, like how Anakin did the same thing with Padme, and it's like, oh, it's really good.
Yeah.
I thought that was really good. That was like my big takeaway from watching this that I thought about the most.
Yeah.
Was just that one line. It made me think about that so much.
I think it's crazy that we're still talking about Dooku. And like,
And he's not, yeah.
Right. The fact that like we've had like this past few months, we've talked about Dooku a lot because Tales of the Jedi, and then just immediately contrasting to this.
Mm-hmm.
The last two episodes, I was like, oh, we're not going to talk about it this episode. But then they mention him again, and it's like,
Yeah.
maybe we are going to keep talking about Dooku a little bit.
Yeah.
So
He's been brought up in every episode.
and I feel like I'm like I'm like the biggest fan of Dooku that I've ever been. Like, I'm like, I want more
same.
Dooku.
Yeah.
Same. Especially because growing up, all I really had and I didn't know any lore was just watching the movies, and so Dooku really wasn't a big part.
Yeah. The only
In the
thing about
movies.
him was like he's got a really cool voice.
And his lightsaber was
His
cool.
lightsaber,
I always thought his lightsaber was cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely have always been like, I prefer Maul over Dooku.
Mhm.
But I'm like, I still do, but like I like that we're getting a more fleshed out character even post death.
Yeah.
How can you say in the sentence that we didn't see much of Dooku
Oh, I know.
and then say you preferred Maul of who we saw?
I didn't say that. He said that.
I was about to say like
I was
in my
thinking
experience,
of like
he knew a lot
Clone
more
Wars.
lore
Yeah.
when he was a kid. Like when we were kids, he knew a lot more lore. All I knew was just the movies.
yeah.
Yes, I
So
understand.
he definitely
that.
knew more about. Dooku.
I was the one who said that.
Dooku was.
You're like, Sauron?
Yeah. That's exactly what I was trying to get to.
Actually, no. Whenever I saw Lord of the Rings, I was like, Dooku?
But yeah, anyway, that was my big takeaway.
Yeah.
So
There seems to be a problem with clones, and a lot of them are going AWOL.
Yeah. Which is why I was saying that, like, is there like a limitation on how long the inhibitor chips can like really affect them?
Yeah.
Like it seemed like it was very potent at first, and now we're losing that potency.
They were bred to be the perfect Republic soldiers.
Yeah.
Which is what they are, but the Republic doesn't exist anymore. The
Yeah.
reason they exist doesn't exist because they completed their mission as far as when they were supposed to exist with Order 66. Like that was the whole point of a clone's existence, was to fight this, fake war, and then end it with 66, and then phase out, and Sidious does what he wants with his empire. So their reason for existing, not just as soldiers of the Republic, but just in general, their time is up.
Right.
And so
out with the old in with the new.
I think they're realizing that. I think clones are seeing like, this isn't the Republic.
Yeah.
This isn't what I've been fighting for these past, hard fought years, losing all of my brothers. And I think a lot of them are just, even with Order 66, I don't know if like they see a Jedi in that moment and immediately go like frenzy mode.
Yeah.
But I think even with Order 66, and the chips, I think they're still just like, this isn't the Republic. And I mean, they're also just too goody two shoes. They're too good of soldiers. Because I mean, like Captain Wilco last episode, where he's like, I'm not filing a false report.
Yeah.
And then gets killed for it because he's too much a good soldier. He's to by the regs.
Yeah, the Empire needs a little corruption.
Yes.
It needs the corruption to function.
Yeah, and I don't think clones can do that for them.
And I mean, for someone like me, I've always asked that question. And I don't know if you guys have like know more about this, but my question was always like, and I even said it in this episode a little bit, like, okay, are those clones, are those stormtroopers? Like, what happened to the clones? Like, why did they
Phased out?
Like, how did they phase out? Like, why did they just?
Well,
did they all become good? Like, that was my big. That's always been a big question of mine.
Right.
Like, what happened to them? So this is kind of answering it for me. I feel like, which is cool. It's a good like, yeah.
That was a big thing
understand.
about the first season. Like they started that process, and then we're seeing it more now.
Yeah.
Like there was multiple points where you saw that the
Right.
start of the process. You saw the start of the process
with
with
the chip.
Rampart. Like him coming in, he's still like, he's starting that phase out process. They destroyed the cloning vats. They
Camino. I mean,
Gregor.
Yeah.
Gregor was at a facility where they were commandos were training new troopers.
Yeah.
But they weren't clone troopers, they were stormtroopers.
Right.
Right.
And when they were there, they said TK troopers,
Yeah.
which are
Yes.
not. There's CT and then which are the clone troopers,
Right.
and now there's TKs.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's where you can really see that
right.
they are heavily shifting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean the clones, because right now we're waiting on canon answers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because this is what's canon. This is what's showing us things that are happening. Before that, a lot of people had the same question, like what happened to the clones?
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically just in Legends and stuff. A lot of them just were at first issued to like backworlds planets and just a little arm of the Empire, and they slowly phased out or died off because they had that accelerated growth. And then started doing like almost like the Clone Wars episode 5 where they were just monitoring this useless outpost.
Yeah.
Like that's what clones started doing
Just
throughout the Empire.
Give the soldier his job to do.
Yeah. And so again, we're kind of waiting for
When you have a sped up lifespan too, they die out.
Yeah.
Rex is really old by the time New Hope happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, even if you look at Rebels, like he's already old in that.
Which I love that they made him canon in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Because someone said Rex looks like this guy in the background, and they're like,
That's
Rex.
Rex.
That's Rex.
That's retcon. But it's a retcon everyone can get behind.
It's a RexCon.
Rex was on the moon of Endor with both of Anakin's children. Like,
That's amazing. That's gorgeous. It's just wonderful. It makes your heart happy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so basically we're just waiting to see what the canon answers,
Right.
what happened to clones. Because Legends, not a lot of clones went AWOL. That was not a normal thing in Legends. Because they were all these, yes sir, right away sir,
Yeah.
soldiers.
Well, they're acting how Crosshair seems to be acting.
Mm-hmm.
But you're seeing less and less of that.
Yeah, and I mean, even Crosshair, I will say, I think Crosshair might be having some second thoughts. He started, I think Cody, even though he like had those cold answers to him, when Cody went AWOL and he asked about it and he said he had to say his clone name instead of, or his trooper number instead of his name.
Yeah.
There was a little bit of anger towards that guy.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I want to say that Crosshair is going to be a tragic character that maybe dies by the time he figures it out.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of the story
Oh, yeah,
I
I
would
think so,
like
too.
it to go.
Yeah.
I don't, with it, in this era of Star Wars and Disney and all that, I don't know what route we're going to take.
Right. But
Because
you do look at Clone Wars and like even Rebels and like some of the heart-wrenching things that
Yeah.
they did, and so you're like, well, I hope they stay true to that. Like that's what made Clone Wars and Rebels so good, is some of the things that they would do that they were willing to do.
Yeah.
In a cartoon to start out a kids show, but
I don't want the solution to be easy.
right.
Right.
Because then it feels like, oh, okay, last season, like, why did you just leave them then? Like, why not just have it happen now?
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There has to be consequences.
Yes.
For either side or both sides.
Yeah. I mean, I'm thinking if something he does gets one of his old troop killed or he dies.
But, like, there's just so many moments in the first season that's like, why didn't that turn him back good?
Yeah. They also, I mean, I don't know if they're going to do it or not, like you said it before. They also still have the whole chip thing that they can use. Like, and that is if it's a deteriorating thing that slowly wears off. So they do have that, which I don't want them to do that. I really don't want them to do that. because it's just such an easy way out, like you said.
Right. Well, especially if it's like he said, I removed it, and then later they're like, he didn't remove it. It's like I just kind of want them to be telling the truth.
Yeah.
I assumed he was lying.
Yeah.
We did talk about that. I remember we watched it. We did talk about that and said maybe he's not telling the truth.
I assumed he said what they wanted to hear, or maybe not necessarily what they wanted to hear, but what he thought they would listen to.
Yeah.
But again, him not lying about it, I think, is more interesting, because like I said, the first episode, or maybe the second episode, one of the episodes I said it, where it was like, that's scarier. It's scarier that a clone thinks the Empire's a good thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Than it would be that he's just inhibitor chip.
Which, for Crosshair, I think that is a part of him. He just wants to be the soldier so badly too. Like he just doesn't care. He's just putting up blinders. He just wants to follow orders. It's the clone bred in him a little bit. Like,
yeah,
He's
also
going full droid.
Yeah.
It's also like, what else is he gonna do?
Right.
What is he gonna go become? Fry cook?
Well, that was his whole thing. Like he thought it was ridiculous, I think, to take care of. Yeah, I do know what you're talking about now. I didn't catch that. But he thought it was ridiculous to take care of Omega. Like he thought that was so like we're soldiers. We went from like these soldiers who were renowned, like the Clone Force 99, the Bad Batch, to like we're babysitting this girl, and he was not about that.
Mm-hmm.
So, 32 rotations, by the way.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah, that is crazy.
That's what we were like. What's he doing on that platform? You know, like, and he just sat there and waited.
But how
also,
long
like,
is, I mean, I don't exactly know how long 32 rotations is. I have an assumption of what it is.
That would be
but-
32 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
That's what I thought, but I wasn't sure.
Now, here's the thing. Whenever they say rotations, they're talking about that planet's rotation.
Right, which how long are their days there?
The galactic standard rotation is Coruscant, which is Earth rotation. It's an Earth day.
Right.
Yeah.
So the galactic standard is an Earth day.
Right.
But they didn't say galactic standard
No,
rotation.
they just
so they
said 32
said
rotations
32
on
rotations.
Camino, and
Yeah.
who knows what that's like.
Yeah. Because there was a planet, they said something about so many rotations, and then they're like, that's like a 30 days per rotation. And you're like, oh no.
I always made the assumption too that Camino was like, and this is nothing that I've ever read. This is just an assumption that I made as a fan, but that Camino was just constantly like sunny for a second, and then just like, and I think I get that from episode 3 a little bit, or
Episode
2 a little
Yeah.
bit of Owen being there, but like how it was fine, and then it just started raining like crazy. I just always imagine that the weather's like that there, like just randomly torrent rain all of a sudden.
Yeah, torrents of rain was big time on Camino. Like that's why they built their cities out of the water, because it just took everything over.
Right.
Where were they? I kept forgetting to pay
So it's
attention.
a rough
Where was
32
Rampart
rotations.
and Crosshairs? And they were they on Coruscant? That was Coruscant, right?
Where?
I don't remember, to
where
be
they were
honest with you.
stationed.
Where they were training the troops.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think it was Coruscant.
Let us know in the
No,
comments. I can't
not
remember.
where they were training. Like in this episode.
Oh,
Because that memorial wall,
I have
that
no
was
clue.
Coruscant,
They were in
right?
Coruscant.
Yeah.
okay,
Because that's
okay,
where
okay.
Ahsoka ran from.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah. Sorry, I was like,
that was Coruscant.
I wasn't really paying attention to what planet they were on, so I was.
Yeah, they were on Coruscant. Back to when you said it was like you don't want it to be too easy.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I feel about Cody. It was just randomly like, oh, and he's AWOL. It's like, oh, I wanted to see that little attempt.
Yeah, I agree. I do like how we weren't being shown it from his point of view,
Yeah.
Correct.
and so it was like he was feeling out Crosshair, and then when after you know that, you can kind of look back and be like, okay, he was testing Crosshair to say, hey, come with me. You know,
Yeah.
I want to know why you didn't go AWOL when the rest of your team did,
Yeah.
and if I can figure that out, maybe I'll have you come with me.
I got that vibe from him so fast from
Yeah.
Cody, and it even made me think of like a story-based game, like oh my goodness, what's the name?
Telltales,
What?
Telltales, or
Kind of like Telltales, exactly. Where like you have 3 options, like Cody had 3 options, and he said this one thing, and then you get like that cold answer, something that's like, oh yeah, well, because he said something about the other clones, like, well, there's a lot more clones these days that are, you know, and Crosshair gives that cold answer, like almost like, what are you saying? He's like,
Yeah.
well, then they're traitors.
Yeah.
And like it felt like such a telltale moment where Cody was like feeling him out, like you said. He's
Yeah.
like, well, a lot of clones are doing that. Well, they're traitors. Like, and then Cody's like, oh, okay.
It was the moment where he said like the Jedi, where Cody was like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And it was like, oh. Yeah, that was my first moment. Like, okay, Cody's definitely.
and then Cody.
Do we think Cody's ever gonna see Obi-Wan again?
I hope he does, because it sounded like regret in that last sentence.
Oh, yeah.
It sounded like he regretted killing his buddy,
Yeah,
or
trying to kill his
thinking
buddy.
to kill
Yeah,
him. I think he
yeah, he probably still thinks he does.
Yeah.
He wouldn't.
I mean,
he's
he ordered
hiding
the,
in
the
yeah.
ATTE cannon, and then they go down there. It's like, oh, we can't find him,
Yeah,
but we're gonna assume he died, and that's what they reported.
nobody
That's
could
why-
survive that fall, is what they
Yeah.
said. Yeah.
and that's what was reported.
So timeline wise,
Mm-hmm.
Obi-Wan, the show, the Disney Plus show, I know it's farther down the road.
Quite a bit. Yeah.
So, but up until that point, Obi-Wan was believed to be dead, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So maybe Cody never. Like,
Oh yeah, Cody definitely, unless Cody and him met up before then, which they didn't. Cody definitely believes he killed his buddy.
yeah.
Well, no, some people know that he's not.
Right. Well,
But is Cody gonna be one of those?
No, that's why I don't think he
Yeah.
is. That's why I was like, oh no, I agree with you. He wouldn't have known that.
yeah.
That
like,
honestly
Vader
makes,
knows that. The Inquisitors know that. People know that, but not.
That honestly makes the show Obi-Wan so much better because you know that Cody, if he's still alive at that point, had to have heard the rumors of that.
So, fun fact.
Oh.
For the record.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan Kenobi, the show, was supposed to have Cody in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's a bummer that it didn't.
Yeah. It really is a bummer.
And how amazing that show was. That would have made it like,
oh, I'd have been through the moon.
well, that's sad. Because
Well, if we get a season 2.
yeah.
Or-
But
But
yeah,
if we do.
that's really sad for Cody though. Because now, and he said it, you have to live with those decisions. We're not droids. We
Yeah.
get to make our own decisions. We have to live with those decisions.
Yeah.
Oof.
He's got to live with this.
Poor Cody.
Yeah, that sounded like regret right there.
Oh yeah. Poor guy.
My Cody.
CC
224.
Ames was stupid. She should have shot
Yes.
the little
Yes.
cowardly.
I thought the
Imperial.
same
Yeah.
thing.
She was dying either
She
way.
and the moment he gave that order, she should have known.
Yeah.
Shoot, that's what I would have done.
Yeah.
100%.
I understand why they didn't do it, but like,
Yeah.
go out fighting.
Yeah, I thought Cody was gonna put his weapons down, and then she was gonna blast the new governor. Just like, oh, that's not gonna happen. We both know how this is gonna end. Blast him. Crosshair takes her out. I thought it was just gonna be one of those moments. And you know what? I would have been happy for it.
Yep.
I would have liked to have seen the governor.
Which I will say. Oh, sorry, I mean to cut you off.
No, you're good.
I was just gonna say, I will say it does help push the story of Cody feeling Crosshair out because in that situation, Crosshair just kills her, and like that's Cody's like, okay,
To be
I
fair,
can't bring you with him.
Crosshair definitely saved Cody right there.
Yeah,
'Cause I don't think Cody was gonna do it, which meant him and the new governor were about to have some very strong.
He was gonna have to
words.
go AWOL a little bit earlier, and it would have been a lot more difficult to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Under the eyes of Crosshair.
Right. Yeah. Oh man.
I think Crosshair definitely respects Cody a lot. I think it just because he's one of the early too.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Clone Force 99 was an pretty early batch, right?
Well, and that's what in the Clone Wars arc where we get introduced to the Bad Batch,
Mhm.
they specifically respect Cody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Mano
right, that's
was
right.
saying earlier.
You did say that. Okay,
Yeah.
I forgot that. It's been a
Yeah.
while since
Yeah.
I've watched Clone
Because
Wars.
that was the first time Rex met them.
Yeah.
Was in the arc, but
Yeah.
Cody had known them for a while. They
That's
went
right.
back.
That's right.
And Cody wasn't a part of like the first batches, to be fair. That he wasn't on Geonosis, the first battle of Geonosis or anything. He was not. Rex was older than Cody.
Oh,
as
right.
far
I
as
forgot
clones
about
go.
that.
Cody's not like new, but he's newer.
Yeah, I forgot Cody wasn't first gen.
Yeah.
I think I said first gen during the reaction, but
yeah.
Cody's just
Obi-
awesome, so 99 respects him.
Yeah.
He saved Crosshair's life with that freaking knife throw.
Vibro.
What a cool throw too.
It was.
It was very reminiscent of the first season of Bad Batch with they throw the blade and then Crosshair shoots the blade.
Oh yeah, dude, the tank
Yeah.
shot That was awesome.
And
the mirror shot.
reason, one of the things towards the beginning of the episode, I was like, I'm loving that we're getting to see Crosshair be awesome against other people and not the Bad Batch. So that we could be like,
be
oh
happy.
yeah, Crosshair's awesome. We love Crosshair.
They're
They're
just like, screw you, Crosshair.
He's doing some bad
He's
stuff.
being a bad boy.
But we can still root for him.
Droids are bad. He's being good.
Also, I just liked the clones fighting droids.
Oh
again.
yeah. You get a little bit of that again.
Those droids though were scary, and like I said, like that was the most effective I've ever seen them be used. Like that roll up in tight spaces and pop up.
Throwing the sticky grenade on the droid and then having him fall into it.
Cody's up. Or what was that, Cody? Or was
it was
that
both of them.
Nova? Oh,
it was Cody and Crosshair. Yeah.
I think it was like Nova.
Oh, what?
Yeah, because when
I love Nova too.
It was Nova because when Nova got killed, they dropped all of the grenades and stuff that they had.
Yeah.
I put Nova's name and then I crossed it out and I put boom.
Supernova.
Well, they lost all of them. Wyler and Nova were the two that were named, but I think they lost everyone except for those two.
No, did they?
Well, no, because they came through with flamethrowers. Yeah.
Well, that and afterwards you had most of them were TK units at that point, like rounding up citizens, I guess.
Yeah,
but I thought that was.
But I think there were a couple.
I think that was when they came in afterwards. Yeah. Anyway, I like this episode a lot.
I did too. Good. This is the episode I wanted.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, I wrote all of this on my arcane notes.
Oh, did you? You did not change the page.
Copy paste.
If only it was that easy.
Cut. Paste.
It's the old school way. Get some tape and a scissor. Scissors? A scissor?
A scissor.
Only a scissor. You have to use it like a knife.
I thought you was going to use actual tape like glue or paste. Wow. Oh my gosh. That's it.
Words are hard.
English is hard.
I just don't know.
But yeah.
I'm just so fat.
No. The Bad Batch.
The Bad Batch.
What squad?
But yeah. Let us know what you guys thought about the episode. My favorite so far. But yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting, liking. If you're watching this and you like what you're seeing, subscribe. Hit that bell. Hit it.
Thank you.
Use your mirror things and
thank you, Disney.
Hit that bell with your.
Thank you for bringing me back, Cody.
Just hit the bell. Thanks, guys, and
Also, thank you guys for watching the video.
Yeah, appreciate you.
We have a Discord.
We do have a Discord. We'll be linked below. Let us know.
You're not in sync with us yet. You will be. You will. We've got a Discord.
We do put it in the description.
Every time we've done that.
Coordination is like probably our biggest strong suit on this channel, I would say. If you watched it,
except there was spelling.
I was about to say.
Pronunciation. General speaking.
The words.
Yeah, those.
We're nothing of note. Bye.